So, long story short, I was sent an anonymous video for no good reason other to react to it, which I did in a session. But because of everybody talking about it and all the other reasons, I decided to do this video as a means to document my thoughts and theories pertaining to this video. My own thoughts and theories, and what I ended up looking into when I decided to do some research on it. This video was sent to me from an anonymous person, knowing full well this will be done in a cringe compilation. But the video contained some very odd details that stood out, and just had me question this altogether. So I decided to dig into it, and to see why this kind of was a thing. For starters, the video that was sent to me was a crude recording. I can easily forgive, given that the source told me the channel no longer exists, so the video doesn't exist. But despite the name being Anonymous Brony, Anonymous Brony 123 will not be the person responsible. Even though when I searched it up on YouTube, that channel comes up, but it's not him. This video wasn't up for long, but it managed to get 42 views with 4 subs, which could only mean, I don't know, maybe an hour? Less than an hour, maybe? Gotta be some amount of time that it managed to reach the people who sent me it, but not up for long as, it's gone. The video in this video starts off with a video from Pastel Pros, which was posted on May 29, 2016. The Anon Brony, according to the recording, posted his video May 30th, which means it was probably rushed like the dickens as a possible response to that video. Seems very rushed. I'm already questioning this, now that I have taken the time to examine it in such a close manner. The video that we start off with is where Pastel was seriously tearing a poor sap a fresh, new asshole.
Hello ladies and gents, Pastel Pros here, and well, here we are again, The Reckoning. It's funny, this video wasn't going to be made. I had other things planned for this channel, but you know what? Your white knight turned on you, she threw the pack of hungry rabid wolves, so now, this time, it's time to end you.
Well, I say poor sap, but the victim in question is Keyblade Pony, who is, quote, a rising young dimensional traveler who takes a look at the world he calls his home, rising in the sense of 233 subs as of 2013, and a dimensional traveler in the sense of a Brony reviewer and gamer, playing and boasting of Nintendo games, Team Fortress 2, and it even pains me to say it, Undertale. Rumors through the grapevine was that Keyblade was a pretty egotistical bastard.
You started rubbernecking when you heard mention of the new support group? Here's the funny thing, you have no ground on which to demand to be added to the fucking support group. Like, really nigga? However, that didn't stop you last night when you went into one of the chats I posted my new video in demanding to be a part of the support group.
When things didn't go his way, he started to play dirty, like lying and posting chat logs, playing his victim card repeatedly, and in a recorded Skype call with Pastel, crying to get sympathy and mercy, all the while hiding under important evidence and behaviors behind a Christian-based belief.
Why don't you take a look at the actual chat logs yourself?
No, stop scrolling up so damn fast. Slow down. What's
you can read the whole conversation.
Wait, no. I didn't finish reading, Keyblade. Wait a minute.
I'm going to check my messages first.
No. You scrolled through that awfully fast. And you didn't
Hang on a second. I'll bring it back up in a second.
Pastel.
I will show you the chat.
I don't need to see the chat. All I need to see is how you're acting.
I just want you to read
You've become
one
very
particular
defensive.
thing.
No, I want to read the whole fucking chat log.
Read these words.
Yeah, I fucking
Why are you
know.
scrolling through it so fast? Why can't we get a chance to read it?
Because he doesn't want us to read it.
Exactly.
No, you can read it.
The same reason he got kicked out of the support group is because he went there and sent Brush half of the fucking chat log of me going off on him, and not the other half where he fucking started it.
You know, Vita is engaged.
I don't care about Vita. I don't like him.
Good for you.
Shocking. None of them like you either.
Good. He can go fuck himself.
Oh, look at that. There's that Christian faith we all knew you fucking barely follow. I find it hilarious when you try to sit other people down on either content they've made or when they do specific plans on other people who either deserve what was coming to them. An eye for an eye, as the Bible does say, correct? So I was just making sure that, some of the people I've hit had got their comeuppance. I was making sure
I've never supported the eye for an eye part of the Bible.
Oh, okay,
it's
so
a very
you can pick and
stupid
choose. Hold on, you can pick and choose what you want to support?
No.
Oh, that is great.
The Bible
I was
contradicts
unaware
itself on one thing
that
in
the whole
particular.
basis of the Christian faith is to support the parts that you want to hear.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't have told her what I said the other night.
Oh, and the waterworks. Oh my
Now,
god.
here's the question. Was it something to help benefit her, or was it something about you?
Yes, it was something about me.
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
Things he also did, and other incidences documented by several tight-knit groups, which leaves me with the impression that he might pass off as innocent, but he could be just as sadistic as a Twisted Metal tournament, and just as scheming as one too. Another clue that led me to believe he might be behind it was
these subhumans only seem to be able to target the lowest hanging fruits within the community.
of all the alleged weak targets of such cruel ranchers in the Brony analysis community, Keyblade was one of them. Of all the cruel bronies that were featured the most that seemed to target these weak individuals, it was Pastel. I counted 4 times she was featured throughout this movie. Given that Pastel had to repeatedly stab his annoyance first in the heart, and he still won't fucking die, of course metaphorically speaking, it's very likely he still holds an undying grudge against her. And with a documented Skype call, where she and his former White Knight massacred him like a twister to a trailer park, the grudge theory becomes more solid. He would be most likely the person who decided to flip through a bunch of Anon videos on YouTube that you could find anywhere, and probably through some articles on Wikipedia, writing up a threatening video, calling for action against the Rifted community, and the specific members within that grieved him, and then paste that script in Speakonia because if he did it with his voice, he would have given himself away. Of course, he would have been the only suspect, had it not been for one particular photo. One of the instances Pastel was featured used an actual photo from her Facebook profile. How do I know this? Well, I ended up getting in touch with Pastel and brought it up, and she didn't take it well.
Nah, nigga, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, using my personal face, who is this asshole? Using my personal Facebook photo. Like, how do you know my name? There's only a few... I know the bitch that gave it to you. Which is funny, because she texted me a few days ago trying to save her own fucking ass. You know what, nigga? I bet you I know who you are. So fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your couch, fuck your account, fuck everything you love and represent, nigga. Like, come at me, bro. Why are you hiding behind a mask? Are you afraid that I would legitimately kick your ass? And it's funny, out of the 3 fuckers that you mentioned, I'm the one with the lowest sub count. I'm the one that's barely fucking known. So it's gotta be a personal grudge match. Nigga, if you wanna throw hands, we can throw hands. Come at me, punk ass. Pull up your pants and let's go.
As a safety measure, I censored the photos, and it was a very smart decision. As it was explained, it did come from her personal Facebook photo that only few should know about, or even see. Key probably wasn't one of those people, but she did suspect a Brony analyst and therapy student named Fallenwish, whose channel is just 643 subs. Pretty decent for someone who just started last year. Sadly, there's a stigma already to her name. Corbin and Brony had an expose on Fallen Wish when 2 GoFundMe pages were made and there were details to a story that weren't adding up. According to Corb, Fallen claims to be victim of child abuse within her family and she wanted to get out of it all. In a recorded Skype call brought up to me by the crew of Radio Molly, people have been offering her ways of getting out besides just a GoFundMe page and the mercy of the Bronies.
I'm gonna send you a link. PM. Why didn't it send? Here it is. It's from Human Services Alberta. Okay, there's a family violence hotline and a live chat, a bullying helpline, and a child abuse hotline. What you need to do is you need to call this number and you need to ask them, what can I do? And explain your situation in your town and with the police and all this stuff. And they will send somebody out there who will help you.
Human Services, they serve humans?
This is something that now, you can do the donation fund, do whatever you're doing, but you need to do this as well, because there's things out there that you're not aware of that can help you in your situation, and there's no need to suffer any longer. So if you call these numbers and talk to these people, they will be able to help you, and they will be able to offer you services that you might not know are available. Like I just stated, I'm being redundant. There's like, I don't understand. I know all you guys like doing these fundraisers and stuff, and it's cool, but there's like things out there that are made for people who are in hard situations. Like if you guys really need help, if your situations are really bad, you'll get out of them one way or another, right? Corpulent had a great story. He put up a video on his channel where he was talking about his when he was younger and his abusive home and how he just said he left with what, $500? You just left. He's like, I can't do this anymore, you know, and he just left and he made it work. And that's what you have to do sometimes.
Now look at him now, he's making 6 figures.
Right. Well,
I don't know how to leave though.
Because that's just it. You don't know.
I
You
didn't
just
know
do
how to
it.
leave either, and I
You
left.
just do it, man. You don't have to know.
Just do
I
it.
know
Yeah,
it's
but I
scary.
don't have a license though. I don't have a license. I am
Nor
legitimately
did I.
stuck out here for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Well, I've called them straight out before, and it's just there's 3 cops in my town. I'm not even kidding. There's 3, and all of them know my parents. I'm done trying to get help from around here because I've tried for a long time and it just doesn't work. That is why I have friends that are getting me out of here that are helping me get to Ontario.
So you told them that you were in a domestic situation where you were being beaten by your father and they said screw you?
Basically, that's what I've been trying to tell you. This is why
I
I'm.
don't really
This is.
believe it though. That means that the people who have to be in cahoots and in a conspiracy right now against you are not only your parents, but the dispatchers and your local dispatchers and the police all have to be in some sort of strange conspiracy against you right at this point. And you're expecting, is that the story right now?
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but they won't help.
Have you
They're
sought
friends with my parents.
help?
Of course I have.
And what happened? Like, what did you do?
I've just been talking to a friend of mine who's just so happens to be a therapist.
Excuses and inconsistencies ended up raising some red flags. But it was when she announced she was going to BronyCon with some friends that the big kahuna was waived.
Hello, everypony! Fallen Wish here with a very special announcement. I'm finally moved away from home, and I'd like to thank you all so much for your continued support. Next, thanks to a few very special friends of mine, I will be attending BronyCon.
Well, those GoFundMe pages total racked up less than $5,700 and it was all sent to her Jewish headquarters in Canada. The page is being hosted by, well, I say close friends, but probably more sugar daddies. One GoFundMe ended a little over $2,000 and concluded just before BronyCon, as someone ended up buying her a plane ticket to Montreal. She then traveled from Montreal straight to Baltimore for the con, even a Brony orgy. You know, massive fucking. $300 of that so-called help money went to paying off a debt from the con. A second one was made a month afterwards using some other sucker from Great Britain, the money to go to Ponyville Cider Fest 2015, Milwaukee, and using Limbos for No Good Reason as one of the unexpected white knights as the two were dating. But soon Evan GR would later rat her out and then go with Kichi if I am. I ended up dealing with Kichi. She's very, very better off than Fallen Wish, but that's just another story altogether. Not only that, Pastel Pros and Fallen were good friends too. So much it was like an online mother and daughter relationship. Pastel also had a video about this.
Now, in the beginning, I met Fallen Wish through my friend named Yui-chan, and at first, Fallen was really cool. I got comfortable around her, and I told her everything about me and my life. Hell, she's part of the reason why Anime and I are a couple, but she was almost the very same reason that we broke up. Well, we'll get to that story in a minute here, but there are two main reasons why I was so loyal to her. She saved me from taking my own life, and she promised to be the motherly figure that I was missing. I have huge abandonment issues, and at the time that she made this promise, I was literally broken because my stepmother, number 7 I think, decided to up and leave. Now, I don't know why, but the first instinct of all children is to just sit there and blame themselves, and that's pretty much what I did. Fallen stayed up with me that night and promised that she wouldn't leave me, and it made me feel, well, you know, loved. So naturally, I attached myself to her hip.
However, when Corpse Expose was published, she was confused and decided to actually blindly attack the people who would make Fallen cry. She even at one point attacked her own boyfriend. And it ended up taking Evan GR and the Limbo podcast to fucking repeatedly school her in the truth of every instant. Once there was a tracing scandal over a not safe for work Fallen Wish picture, Fallen did the ultimate dick move by disowning Pastel.
She disowned me. She got rid of me. She said I was no longer her daughter and I betrayed her. And that she's fucking blocking me. I was in awe that night. I laid there. I cried a little, yes, but then I got up and dusted myself off, and here I am.
Pastel's video was bombing the living shit out of Fallen as I watched it. Enough force to make Hiroshima a fucking firecracker. Now you got Pastel, Court, and FNGR, all three showing how fucking spoiled she was. I bet my top dollar she is fucking pissed that things fell apart. Probably the reason why those three were mentioned as the ones who weren't the open-minded independent thinkers, of which photos of them, in real life, I had to censor. Of course, they're probably just also the three that just woke up to the waterworks of either Fallen Wish or Keyblade and just wised up. So, what can I make of all this? Well, these two probably collaborated on this shitty, short-lived video, masking this as an anonymous threat and a call to arms to shun and digitally kill these three and others of the rifting community that might actually cause harm to their income or fame, bringing in gullible, cash-heavy bronies to their aid, censoring out the ones that outed them as crooks and douchebags, and attempting to get a good crowd. However, realizing that there is some pretty obvious indications that linked them to this, they ended up deleting the video and the corresponding channel within possibly an hour after posting. Why go through all this? But what do I know? I'm merely the voice of a dude who makes the silliest little videos. The kind of guy who just shares pointless crap on social media. The retard who should just keep his trap shut and watch massive amounts of endless videos and laugh in that special way that puts you in the back of the retard short bus. I mean, what do I fucking know about all this unnecessary, unneeded, totally retarded, naive, hostile, pointless, trivial drama done in the name of fucking love and tolerance? One must be insane to even dedicate that much time for such a confrontation. I mean, what's the point? Who would be this fucking stupid to make such accusations on little to no solid evidence? How would one even have the time and where to even start? why bother with all this? There is one possibility. Greed and fame is good. You are nothing if you aren't horse famous. And if you want to get to the top, you're gonna have to crack open a few eggs. Let no one know of those back alley, backhanded ways. Because yeah, hashtag horse famous.